Okay, as someone that struggles with ADHD, OCD, and everything in between, this is my guide for a more motivational, productive, and just like an overall happier day. Let's get into it. For someone like me, some days motivation is like really easy to be motivated, and some days it's really easy to get parade rained on. And these are just some of the things that I find that if I do all of them or like most of them, I have a really good day, or like the majority of my day I feel super motivated, I get stuff done. The overall day just goes so much smoother and I get way more stuff done. Number one, start with the hardest thing of your day. I'm gonna say it again, but I find for someone like me with ADHD and OCD and things like that, it's really hard for me to focus on things, and it's easy to be hyper fixated on something that's like so far away, and you just get stuck on that and you miss all the things before and in between, and you don't do those things because you're so locked in on whatever's the last item on the list. And I guess you could substitute that with the hardest is like maybe the most important thing. For me, sometimes that's recording a video like this. For other people, that might be exercising. Sometimes maybe it's just getting out of bed. That is the hardest thing. But whatever your hardest thing is, start with that. You knock it out of the way and you're not hyper fixated on the hardest thing later. For me, I can't do wash the dishes or do laundry or do other things because I have to film later, and like that's kind of right now like what I'm dreading or what I don't want to do, and that feels like the hardest thing to me. So if I knock that out of the way and I don't give my body the time to like dwell on that thing, it doesn't build it up so much. Because I really do love making videos, but some days it just feels like a lot of work, or it is the hardest thing. If I keep putting it off, it's hard for me to do my other things because I'm so focused on that, and I can't do anything else until that's done. And it stalls my motivation and my productivity because I don't want to do anything until that one's done, but I keep putting everything off because that won't be done. After your hardest thing, if that's a workout or whatnot, I like to take a shower. It lets me reset, mentally prepare for the day. And I don't know about anyone else, but for me personally, feeling clean is just good for my mental health and physically and the people around me. Feeling fresh just helps me start my day. And also while I'm showering, I like to put on some upbeat music and just kind of dance and sing to the music in the shower. And it feels very cliche, but it really does help, which leads me to my next point, which is listening to upbeat music. I like to do it in the shower, but maybe that's while you clean the house. Sure, you may really like a song, but if it's like sad and kind of slow and like, I don't want to say depressing, but like melodic or depressing, it brings the vibes down. And like music is like a proven vibration that helps lift moods or sets moods. If it's a really powerful song, you can feel that like within seconds of the song, that it's gonna put you in a good mood, a sad mood. And there is something addictive about listening to sad music, as someone that listens to a lot of it. But like to get your day going and getting in the right mindset for the day, good music that's upbeat, a little bit faster, maybe something like a little motivational. Like, I don't know, there's certain songs that you can just like feel motivated just from listening to them. At least I can. And that's what I like to listen to. Upbeat, motivational music in the shower. And then that rolls into my next point, which is number 4, dance in the shower. Again, if you're listening to something really upbeat, something that's a little bit motivational, it's really easy to dance to. And like, if it's something that you can just like, even just like, you don't have to like freaking hit the Dougie or like start doing some crazy like headstands in the shower, but like just move your hips and just like bump along to the music. Cause like moving your body creates blood flow, which brings oxygen to your brain, and oxygen to your brain releases serotonin, and it makes you feel good because that's what serotonin does. And feel goofy sometimes is just fun. Even if you don't think you're a good dancer, just move your hips and just jig along a little bit to the music while you're listening to it, because it'll get your blood flowing. It'll get some oxygen in your head, and no one's gonna see you. So do it, get your body moving. Which rolls into my next point, number 5, which is sing the music. So again, whether that's in the shower, cleaning, on a car ride, sing along to the music and actually like say some words. Even if you're just mumbling, but like say some words, sing the chorus. Because when you're talking, you breathe in more oxygen, and more oxygen in your bloodstream is more oxygen and blood to your brain, which produces serotonin, which is proven scientifically that serotonin makes you more relaxed and happier and in a better mood. If you get those little boosts of serotonin throughout the day, dancing, music, feeling clean, accomplishing something, it keeps your motivation steady throughout the day because you're getting constant little dopamine hits and serotonin hits, which for an ADHD brain is like what you're craving all day, and what you need to like motivate yourself is the constant serotonin and dopamine hits. And that's why people just scroll on TikTok. That's what an ADHD brain thrives on. Taking a shower while listening to music and dancing sets my whole day up really, and it just sets the vibes, and the vibes are high. After that, get out of the shower and get dressed. I know that's super lame and like cliche and seems really basic, but there was a time in my life where I was kind of going through some stuff and I was just kind of in a lower, darker place, and like I was wearing the same thing for weeks. And like I said, feeling clean just mentally and physically helps you and the people around you. Don't wear the same clothes, and it sounds crazy and some people may think that's weird. Like I would wear the same hoodie and sweats for a week straight, and like, I mean, it sounds nasty, but like it felt easy and simple physical and I didn't want to think about getting something else to wear, but like just grab new clothes, even if it's not the most perfect outfit or something. Just new fresh clothes will help you feel better mentally and physically. I know I just said you don't have to, but if you can, put on something that makes you feel like hot shit, like hot girl summer vibe. Because like, again, there's something mentally, or maybe it's placebo, when I put on something that I can look in the mirror and be like, shit, I look good today, or this fit is really vibing, again, gives me a little dopamine hit. I'm like, shit, that guy looks good, that outfit's kind of rocking. And like, that could be like fully dressing up, putting on a suit and tie. That could be wearing a dress. That could be being booty butt ass naked. Whatever it is, just put on something that makes you feel really good and you feel confident in yourself. Like, put on something that you feel like you can walk down the red carpet with no one looking. And it just does something mentally to me that really sets me up for a good day. If you feel good, you'll play good. Today, we got the AC/DC shirt that I got at the bins. I got these Carhartt paints. And like, I know in Canada, it's really weird to wear shoes in the house, but sometimes putting on the shoes to complete the fit just makes me feel better and it just makes me feel good. It gives me a serotonin dump again. It gives me just a little hit of something. Put on a fit that makes you feel sexy boy. For number 7, we got eat real foods. So maybe after your shower or after you get dressed, make an egg, make something easy. It doesn't have to be something crazy. It doesn't have to be something complicated. Just crack an egg, boom, put it in the pan. If you don't like eggs, oatmeal, something real. Some real food that has nutritional value. And I promise, because I know this from experience, as someone that doesn't really like to cook, you will be way more efficient and it'll take way less time if you just get up and make something versus getting up every 10 minutes to get a snack because you don't want to cook something, you don't feel like cooking something. I get up to have a granola bar, then I sit back down and do 5 minutes work, then I'm still hungry, so then I get up and get an apple, or then I get up and get a cookie, or then I get up and have a slice of bread. Make a meal, like have something nutritional that will actually sustain you. Because the time of you constantly getting up and eating 4 different snacks and then still being hungry after because it's not giving you the energy and nutrients that you need to get you through the day, when you could have just got up and cracked a couple eggs or made some toast and avocado. After you add up all the time getting your snacks versus just cracking some eggs, it would have been less time. And you would have got something nutritional out of it. And really, I know it's hard because I don't really like to cook, but really, talking to myself mainly, there's no excuse not really for making decent food because there's the internet. You can look up recipes, there's TikToks, you get on Food Talk, you can scroll and have a recipe every 2 swipes. There's HelloFresh boxes, literally fresh meals that can be shipped to your door. So really at the end of the day, there's not really an excuse for not being able to eat something real. And real food will just make your body's circadian rhythm and like your nervous system, your immune system will just naturally work better, which I find also helps my just natural brain function, motivation, productivity, even just like my ADHD stims and like OCD and things that just sometimes kick in. I find they come in less when I actually just eat real food. Number 8, exercise. And I know that's a scary word for even sometimes myself and a lot of the other people. When I say exercise, just go for a walk. Walk around the block for 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be a full gym workout. You don't have to go to the gym at all. Get up, go for a walk, and move your body. It kind of goes back to the one point about dancing in the shower. It just gets your blood flowing through your body, gets the serotonin pumping, some oxygen, lubes up the old joints and ligaments. Take a coffee, go for a walk, come back, start your day. You can do that before your shower, after your shower, whatever you want, but just get your body moving. Dance, walk, run, something simple. And if you do want to do a full workout, that's great, that's even better. I do find the days that I do a full workout, I feel less tired, I have more energy throughout the day, I don't want to go to bed as early, I don't want to nap as much, which gives me more time to work on other things that I want to do. So I am trying personally to do more full workouts, but if I can't or don't have the time, like I said, a simple walk works. And going for walks kind of rolls me into the next point. Getting outside and getting some sun or even setting your office near a window is really beneficial, I find. I worked from home for a long time and I worked in the basement, and just not having the sun near me made me feel a lot gloomier. Again, the sun, scientifically proven, releases vitamin D, which is good for your nervous system, aka ADHD, OCD, and how your body functions. It's also good for your immune system. Naturally just setting your body up for being a healthier, productive system, which relates to your real life when that's doing your chores, doing work. For someone like me being in Canada, vitamin D is even more scarce because we have winter and such dark months throughout 80% of the year that it's really hard for people in Canada to get vitamin D, and most people in Canada lack vitamin D. And that's why I said just go for something as simple as a walk outside, because now you're getting your walk, your exercise, and you're getting your sunlight, and you're getting fresh air. So it's the trifecta. A walk in the sun is like the triple threat of all motivation to start your day, and it's so simple. You don't even have to go for that long. 5 minutes, go for a walk, you hit them all. Sun, exercise, and oxygen. Hello. Next up, we got motivational quotes and mentality. And I know that's really cliche and weird, and some people will probably disagree with it, but I find little motivational quotes. I follow a page on Instagram, and I have a little app on my phone that pops up on the home screen. Some of them are really cheesy and they don't do anything and they're pointless and dumb. And some of them, you kind of look at them and you go, you know what, maybe I should get my ass off the couch. Or yeah, you know what, maybe if I do really want to make this thing happen, or this creative thing, YouTube, selling clothes, knitting, whatever it is, make music. Sometimes it gives you that little bit of a push that if you really want this thing, go do that thing. The little whatever stupid quote just gives me enough of a push to get up and turn my camera on. Or it gives me enough to get up and go exercise. Or it gives me that little bit to think about something a little bit different. Which rolls me into my next point, which is mentality. 90% of the time I would say you're just in your head and you're overthinking. As a fellow overthinker of life, it's usually not that deep. And most of the time, your insecurities come from things that people don't even notice or don't give any shits about. And usually when you feel nervous or insecure about something, it's because you judge other people for that insecurity. I would judge people on how they portrayed themselves and talked doing a school presentation, which is bad of me, but I guarantee there was a lot of other people that didn't give a shit, and most of the kids were on their phone and weren't even paying attention to my presentation, but I was insecure about my presentation because I was judging people. And I guarantee that goes for fashion or how you look or something, whatever you're insecure about. There was once upon a time in your life that you judged someone else for it, and there's a whole group of other people that have never even thought about it. But it's something that you visually see on someone else, and then you bring that insecurity in on yourself. So if you can, just try not to judge people, and then it'll kind of, I mean, for obvious reasons, no one likes to come at people. And then second, it'll help ease some of your own insecurities. And this is what I mean about little motivational quotes and stuff. This one just says, trust the process. And I get a new little quote every single day. And sometimes you can personalize it and have your name on it. It'll say, Nick, trust the process. I don't know, I can't think of another one, but like, not about how strong the wind is. It's about the direction you set your sail. And just like stupid little things. And sometimes you think about it and you go, you know what? That kind of applies. Some of them are just stupid, corny, free app. I think it's just called Motivation. And they just pop up on your lock screen every single day. And it's just something that just makes you look at life a little bit differently, and I find helps me sometimes just get in a different or better mindset. The last and final thing is sleep. I never realized how important sleep was. Going out and partying and stuff, I didn't realize how much that took a toll on me because I wasn't getting proper sleep. It wasn't even so much like the partying and stuff, but your body wants to have a natural circadian rhythm and routine. And when your body gets used to getting up at 8 a.m. and going to bed at 10, that's builds your circadian rhythm. That's what your body feels is normal. And if you continually are on that routine and then you break it one weekend because you go out partying or you stay up late doing something else, it could be anything. You want to play one more game of video games. That's why some days when you don't even drink, you just feel hungover and crappy the next day because you broke that rhythm in your body. Your body's wondering why we're not on schedule anymore. So if you can, build a sleep schedule and try and follow it as much as you can. Try and get 8 hours of sleep. Keep that circadian rhythm intact. Hopefully all that made sense. I tried to script this out and then I just feel like I ended up rambling. So I tried to make it a little bit cohesive and in an order, but most of these you could do within half an hour or an hour of getting up in the morning, and it just sets you out for a good day, increases my productivity, increases my motivation. So get up, try it, see if it works. If it doesn't work, sorry I failed you, but it should work. At least some of these things should work for you. Tweak it, maybe move things around in the order, but overall, I really think this will help someone, especially if they got some spicy brain stuff, or just anyone that's looking for motivation or productivity in their day. Start your day with these, or try and work them into your day. I don't know if any of that made sense, but that's the end of the video. Peace.